Hello and welcome. So if you're wondering, should you start a business? The answer is yes. But why should you start your business? I have 10 reasons on why, and we're about to just talk about it. So come on in, take a seat, or if you up handling business, go ahead, put your phone somewhere in the background. That way you can listen to this good conversation while you do whatever needs to get done. All right, so number one, why should you start your own business? Number one is going to be flexibility, okay? You are going to become back in control of your time. And it's like, soon as I put this camera on, my voice started sounding funny. I'm so sorry. Try to clear my voice. Okay, so I think I'm back, y'all. Okay, so number one is you're back in control over your time. So instead of, only being off on Monday, maybe this week something's coming up on Thursday where you rather switch that day to a Thursday, or maybe, it's other things that you need to handle during the day than just work. So now you have that flexibility to just handle all the things that need to be handled without waiting for permission to do whatever it is that needs to be done. Okay. So absolutely. Number one is flexibility. So number two is going to be more spare time. And the key word is eventually. Okay. Because I just want to be very candid and honest. When you first start your business, and let me say, when I say when you first start your business, I'm not talking about the first week. I'm not talking about the first month. I'm not talking about the first year. Now, if you get to that point before then, you're doing good. But if you don't feel like you're not doing good, okay? However long it takes for your business to actually level off and get to a place of where you have more time, allow your journey to be your journey. But eventually, as your business continues, you will start to have more spare time to just do the things that you enjoy without taking a hit financially, okay? So even though you're not doing everything per se you in your business will still thrive. You still will see that income, and you will start to have more spare time to just learn something new, do the things you like, be there for the people you love. You get where I'm going with this. So number three is you call the shots. So when you open a business, and this is now your business, number one, before we talk about calling the shots, you assume all the responsibility, okay? And with you assuming all the responsibility, taking all the risks in your business, you are now the CEO. You call the shots, okay? So what time does my business open? What time does my business close? Who do I hire? Who do I work with? This, I'm going to work with this client. Me and that client don't really vibe that well. I'm going to have to say no. You are now in control of every single decision. Now, I know that for some people that kind of made you feel like, whoa, maybe you don't want to be in control of every decision. But here's the thing. You have the choice to the things that you don't want to just say no. It's not a great fit. It's not going to work. Respectfully, we're going to have to decline, so it is a wonderful thing to be able to call the shots, okay? Instead of some people having jobs or even careers where they feel like they have no say-so or no power to just really have an input that is really, respected. So number three is you get to call the shots. Number four is going to be you get to create your own environment. Like, I feel some type of way when I just say that. Before we even get into doing it, just speaking it, I feel so, I don't know if it's it's a relief. I don't know, but listen, you get to create your own environment. When we talk about work and life and that balance that we should have, everybody, we spend too much of time working to not enjoy our work. You understand? And I'm talking about time over a lifetime. You're spending how much a percent of your life working? Majority for a lot of people. And to not enjoy, to not wake up happy to do the work that you are doing, it is a problem, okay? And so you get to create your own environment, and that is just so special to me, okay? And I'm trying to just be very sincere throughout this whole video. Let me also add that every day is not a happy day in business, in life, nowhere. You know, we're not robots. So some days it's not going to be a happy day. But when you summarize, you know, when I'm looking at the full picture overall, I think my camera just cut off. Okay, so when you look at overall the summary, you should be happy with the work that you're doing, happy to wake up and go do this work that you're doing. Yeah, so that takes me to the next point, which is number 5. When you start a business, you also have the opportunity to create jobs. So, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility, but ultimately, regardless of what type of business you're in, when you're able to create a job for somebody else, even if you're not at that point to hire a full staff, you know, the one person you bring in here or there, and as your business grows, you get more people, you're making an impact in your community, you're making an impact in other people's lives, especially when you're paying them a livable wage, okay? So that is something to be proud of, okay? As well as the economy runs on businesses creating jobs, businesses paying their taxes. So you get to really be a part of that, and you get the beautiful chance to create change in your city, in your neighborhood, in your community. And that takes me to number 6, which is invest in yourself. So ultimately, almost everything you do could technically be a write-off. I am not a tax professional. Do not take tax advice from me. But what I'm saying is that once you step into that space of a business owner, it is a lot of benefits to being a business owner, especially when it comes to taxes and your life and your lifestyle, okay? One thing I will say is whenever you do write it off as a tax deduction, make sure it was business related in some capacity, okay? So it's lots of things that even though you're not paying for it out of your paycheck, you're still paying for it from your business, if that makes sense. And so this is now a business expense, but of course you're able to benefit a good bit. So yeah, that's that. And number 7 is going to be creating a business allows you to ultimately make more money, okay? Whenever you're on a job, regardless of how much they pay you, they're never going to pay you the same amount as the CEO, if that makes sense, right? And rightfully so. I was talking with somebody last week and they were like, well, if they're making X amount, why are they paying us this little? Because you're not the CEO. I'm sorry, man. It might not be the answer you want, but because you're not the CEO, you know? And it's true. A lot of people at the lower end of the company they do tend to do a lot more work, or at least so it seems, as you climb the ladder. But listen, that person at the top took all the risks to open that company, that business, and now they're reaping all the rewards. Nobody was there taking the risk with them. Oh, I could talk about that all day, but we're going to continue, okay? So this allows you to make more money because you're not just getting that hourly wage or a salary or just a few bonuses. You're getting a cut out of everything, you know. And so that was number 7. And so number 8 is delegate boring task, right? So this kind of goes into the same one, which was create jobs, but also when you're over the business, and this is perfect for somebody who is maybe really good at what they do, and maybe, you know, you love your work, but maybe you're missing that excitement when you go into work, right? So whatever pieces that just don't sit quite well with you, when you have your own business, you can delegate that part. You know, I don't know, just an example, maybe you do hair. So maybe when you're at the shop, you have to do it a certain way, a certain whatever. But when it's your shop, you can say, hey, this is the way I do it. And as a matter of fact, I don't do shampoos and, you know, whatever tags you might not find appealing, right? You can just delegate that to someone else. So that takes us to number 9, which is reach your goals. Okay, so I hope that you have big goals for yourself, right? No one's dreaming of a basic life. I hope not. So sometimes we have to do different things to reach those big goals that we have. Like, you know, maybe you have some goal to go to some country for a month and, you know, not really be like on the budget side of that trip, but to just do a lavish type of thing. Or maybe it's a dream house, dream place. Maybe it's something you want to do for somebody that honestly, your job is just not going to provide you that opportunity. Because you got to be here at a certain time. You can't get that much of time off. Financially, is that job enough that is going to fund that big dream or that big goal that you have? For many people, not all, but for many, the answer is no. So when you open a business and your business becomes successful, you're now able to reach your goals. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So that takes us to our final point, which is leave something behind. So the bitter truth for a lot of people who just have a standard job is if something happens to you, God forbid you pass away or something, what happens? You're replaced. They bring in somebody else, they train somebody else, and now somebody else is doing something that you were doing for X amount of years, right? Versus if you have this company that you're building, this is something that possibly can outlive you. You know, when you're, I was going to say when you're dead and gone. That just sounded a little, I don't know. Look, we got to tone that down a little bit. But you know, when you're not here no more, you have something that could outlive you, something that could be your legacy, something that this is how you contribute to this space, whether it's the beauty, the medical, you know, whatever field you're in. So having a business does give you a sense of legacy, especially if that's something that you do want. So those are my 10 reasons of why you should start a business. If you enjoyed this video, listen, thank you. True VIP. As a matter of fact, put VIP in the comments if you made it this far. Like, you are really hanging in there. You're really hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. So comment VIP if you made it to the end. See you next time. Bye.